I think it's live. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm live. It says I'm live. Let's see if this works out. Can you guys see me? Let's Okay, so I'm gonna turn this volume down real quick because this is quite loud, and I know when I'm by myself I talk pretty soft. Hopefully it's live. It says okay, it's live. Got it. Awesome. Let me turn this down a little bit more. Okay, so hi guys. I am going to be talking today about the lore, and this is a spoiler stream, as the thumbnail says, as the title is. This is a spoiler stream. So hi guys. Do not watch this stream if you don't want to talk about the ending of the DLC for Elden Ring and everything that happened, because I'm going to be talking about it. Chat's going to be talking about it. We don't need any hearts being broken on my account. Start with my overall thoughts. Let's go ahead and go to the site. Let's go to the site of it. I don't even know where that area. I guess it would be here, wouldn't it? I still don't know. I've been having to travel back and forth from Lands Between to Shadowland using I will just go to a random site of grace. I don't really know where. That's a Gate of Divinity. Okay. Yeah, this is not a Roblox stream. Let's just go ahead and go here. So can we talk about that big reveal with the final boss? I was not at all expecting Radahn. That was really out there for me. I don't really have a problem with it. I think the reason that they did it that way was because they wanted to wrap up. They kind of wanted to explain what happened to Radahn and Caelid, and kind of explain what Malenia's motivations for going, because that was a huge thing. It's like, why did Malenia go to Caelid to fight Radahn? And then you find out that it was part of Miquella's plan. So Miquella wanted to Miquella wanted to, and I think it is, which item is it? It is this one. Okay, so Miquella saw Radahn allured. His strength, his kindness, it stood in contrast with their afflicted selves. So he idolized Radahn and said, I'm going to make him my consort. Which in this sense, I think consort is the sort of just ruling monarch equivalent, not necessarily, or maybe he was attracted to him because of these qualities. Yeah, I know a lot of people are upset though. The feedback has just been really mixed about it, because Miquella's motivations are now much more different, right? So this is the story of what I think happened. Miquella idolized Radahn for his strength. He saw him as a champion, as a viable option to rule alongside him. And Radahn at some point, so Miquella in the cutscene at the very end, he says, this vow that we made. I think Radahn may have, I'm going to have to read, wait, Lalo says, my bro is big and beefy and I'm not making him my consort. That's seriously like what it kind of boiled down to though, right? He saw Radahn as this viable option to be his ruling equivalent. Okay, I'm going to make myself a god, and I want my brother to be there with me because he has all of these ideal qualities that I think in a god. And which the parallels between Miquella and Marika, I'm sorry, yes, I was right. The parallels between Miquella and Marika and Radahn and Godfrey are very strong. I mean, even in this boss fight, right? I can't show you because I've already beaten. Even in this boss fight, Miquella is on Radahn's back the same way Siraj was on Godfrey's back. And just that sort of imagery there is supposed to be really reminiscent of that. Meow said, could Miquella have settled for Radahn after Godwyn died? He seems to have crushed on his older brothers. Yes, that is something that I'm thinking too. What if Miquella was first, Godwyn was like his plan A. Godwyn dies, Miquella is like, okay, well, I'm going to have to move on. Plan B, Radahn. But when they go to the whole fight in Caelid, I think it is in one of the items at that you have to unlock. But it says something along the lines of like, Melania whispered something into Radahn's ears. Let's see. Is it here? Was it? No, it's the other one. Okay, remembrance. Okay, so if you go here and get Radahn's... Okay, here it is. On Radahn's equipment that you get from this, it says Miquella, when Melania, Blade of Miquella, let her rot flower blossom in Aeonia, Radahn heard a murmur in his ear. Miquella awaits thee, O promised consort. To me, this is screaming... Radahn said, you know what? I'm good. I don't think I want to marry you after all. And Miquella said, that's just not a viable option for me. We made this vow. You're not going to break your promise. I'm going to have my sister go and kill you, grab your body. And then he had his whole thing, steals Radahn's body, or he wants Radahn dead, steals his soul, revives him in Moog. So Moog is his plan C at this point. So all of his brothers have gotten screwed over, except for Rykard. It doesn't seem like he didn't want to have anything to do with Rykard. But that is what, that's what I'm thinking was the logic there. Miquella really wanted Radahn. Radahn backed out of the vow, or just was never privy to it. And Miquella went and had him killed, took his body, or took his soul, and then used Moog's body. Because at that last fight, when Ansbach says, it's nice to see you, Radahn, but that body doesn't belong to you. It's like, okay, yeah, that's Moog's body. And you can even see on the arms, on Radahn's arms, it does this like glamour shot when he walks through. He has all of these horns and omen growths on him. So yeah, status quo says Puppet Master Miquella. He definitely was a puppet master. And I'm thinking he was just charming everyone. Melania, I'm not even sure if Melania, I don't know if that girl ever got to do anything of her own free will. She was very much his weapon. And I think he had charmed her and used her for that. And unfortunately, like, I was kind of thinking Miquella was going to be a good guy. Okay, my power is charming people, and that is what I'm going to do. Because where is it in? I just killed this boss. No, his great rune. Oh, here it is. Okay, so Miquella's great rune. This is what you get from killing the Erdtree avatar. It says that it's broken, and it retains naught but the power to resist charms. That was Miquella's power. His great rune was being able to just charm people. And so when you get to that point in the game, when you walk far enough to the Shadow Keep and the great rune breaks, it's because, okay, that was his power. I don't even necessarily know if he was doing it out of maliciousness as much as he was, this is what I know how to do. This is what I get what I want. Radahn was a fighter. He was a champion. Rykard was, I mean, in his own way, Rykard was a champion of, his torture victims. Not a champion for them. He was a fighter as well. So I just think that Miquella's power instead of fighting was compulsion to follow. And that's why you see all of the bewitched followers. Yeah. Flaky Boy says the young lion set was better than the original Radahn set. Yeah, it really isn't that. There's not really that much of a difference between them, is there? It's just, like, honestly, not a lot of, this is big ass, big asset reuse right here, right? I mean, the horns look a little sharper. It's supposed to show the passage of time and whatnot. And, yeah. I will say, though, that young Radahn reveal, I was like, dang, he's kind of cute. Oh, wait a second. Those omen horns, those look like, I'm going to have to buy this thing just to take a closer look at it, because it looks like those horns are actually on the outfit itself. But right here, it doesn't. I can't tell if those are horns or not. Yeah. So I don't think Miquella was always evil manipulator. It seems they were generally trying to heal Godwyn millennia. Yeah, I don't think Miquella was evil. I just think that Miquella's power was to compel. And that was all he knew how to do. That was his power. He wasn't a fighter like his brothers. He forced people to love him. And that was it. It's like, why do you follow great leaders? Do you follow great leaders out of fear? Because you look at something in them that you want. He didn't have those. He was very much, cursed with eternal youth is the word. Yeah, someone mentioned Saint Trina, by the way. This was not what I was expecting for Saint Trina. The little flower. I don't know if you guys have ever played Legend of Mana, but it reminded me of like that cactus with the face in it. I'll pull up a browser window later and show you. Yeah, so, oh, poor Saint Trina. Oh. Yeah, so I also, when Saint Trina tells you at the very end, when Saint Trina is telling you, Miquella, you must kill Miquella. Don't let Miquella become trapped in godhood. Interesting. I don't know. Like, did Trina come to these realizations after having been separated, after being abandoned and split off from Miquella? Because it's at this fissure crest, I think, that it says Miquella abandoned his love. Let's see. Which to me is interesting. So I'll tell you a little bit more about, I think it's, let's see which one. Yeah, okay, so I abandoned here my love. Which, it's just interesting that upon Miquella abandoning his love, and here I'm assuming the implication is Saint Trina embodied that. Once he got rid of that, Trina, she then says, you've got to kill him. Like, as even if the spell upon her, his other half, was broken in itself. Okay, so Flaky says the horns are on the outfit itself. Interesting. So the horns are not on his skin. I'm gonna have to take a closer look. I got a ton of footage, by the way, when I was preparing for this. Or not for this, but for my videos. But it looked like the horn growths were on his skin. But my whole issue with that fight with Miquella at the very end, it's not that I was even disappointed. I don't think I was expecting having to fight Miquella. But it just didn't seem... So you have all of these crosses, okay? All of these crosses where Miquella says, I abandoned my flesh, I abandoned my arms. And I would have thought that the image that you see of Miquella at the very end would have maybe matched that depiction of seeing what does an entity look like that is fully devoid of its flesh, its body, its love. What do you have left over after that? That's kind of what I thought. Valkyrie says, I want a 1,000-year voyage led by the guidance of slumber. I had to try so many because I was getting footage of this last fight, and Miquella would not grab me. He would not grab me, and he kept grabbing everybody else. So I had Ansbach and Talier, and then my Spirit Ash for that last boss. I don't care. I know some people are like, don't use Spirit Ash. By the way, I respect as this perfume build, which is incredibly just gross and OP. And so yeah, I was like, whatever. I just have to respect. So come at me with that for using my Spirit Ash. But anyway, Miquella would not grab me, and I could not get Miquella to grab me. So I had to keep doing the fight over and over and over, and finally grabbed me and put the charm on me, you know, telling me like, oh, it's okay. But I love how after you get grabbed by Miquella, whispers in your ear a second time. And then instead of the animation saying you died like it usually does, it says heart stolen. And then you do that gesture. It's, so, and then that is the only way you can unlock this gesture. And then you have that little, you know, the little symbol above your head. But come on, he is compelling you to love him by whispering. That was Miquella's power. It wasn't violence. It wasn't might and strength like his brothers. It was the compulsion to love. And whether or not it came out of a place of, I still don't think that makes Miquella evil. I'm not saying Miquella is evil, but if that's your superpower, that's your superpower. You just, that's kind of it. Yeah, yeah. He said, "I want everyone to love me except Kitetails." He refused to grab me. So I finally got it to happen. And by the way, can we talk about this inventory sort by recent? That is the most amazing thing ever. I love that. Okay, so this guy right here. So Gaius is an interesting character because he uses gravity magic like Radahn. Okay, so and it says both were his elder brothers to the lion, both cursed from birth. Gaius was both Messmer's friend and the leader of his men. This was interesting to me because this now puts this is even more information for the whole connection between, because honestly, I really didn't, and someone please tell me if I'm wrong, I didn't really see, I don't think I know of any items linking Messmer to Miquella at all, which is funny because Messmer was advertised as like, you know, the main big villain for this game, but people fought him relatively quick. I mean, he's what? Yeah. I just thought I thought it was interesting how Messmer and Miquella, there just wasn't really any connection. It says Messmer's younger sister, which everyone thinks is Melina in his remembrance, but not a lot between Messmer and Miquella, which was interesting. Well, so I feel guilty and regretful for killing his final boss with the broken lightning bell. Listen, I gave up. I couldn't. I was losing my mind. And here's another thing. I was trying to get through the DLC and get as much stuff as I could so I can start working on content, which is like a different experience as a content creator, having to work with something and having it. And I'm just not... I was a mage, okay? I was like full-blown Harry Potter for this. And I couldn't. I gave up. I will say, though, I did not like... Can we talk about some areas I didn't like? I wasn't a fan of the finger runes. Let's see if I can recapture what was happening to there. Steve Johnson says, Miquella was evil. He had full control of his ability and used it willingly. Hard to really stick up for Miquella because the depiction here is so different than the image of him we had in the base game, where Miquella, his age of unalloyed gold was, I want to heal my sister's rot. I'm abandoning what I know in order to... Did I not get this Sight of Grace? Oh, I guess I didn't. No wonder I had to go so far. Okay, there we go. Excellent. Yeah, so... And then Miquella making the Erdtree a place for, oh, the Albinorics will be welcome here. The Misbegotten will be welcome here. The downtrodden will be welcome here. And then you just see Miquella. I'm not sure if I would say he's evil. I don't think his motivations were bad. Misguided, sure. Yes, maybe misguided. Is there another side of grace I'm missing over here? I kind of feel like there might be. Yeah, the timeline is now a mess though, I think. Also, I mean, the big reveal with Marika. Okay, I hated these guys so much. You have no idea. Die. I just wanted to show you. That was not a fan of this. This kept happening to me, though, over and over when I was trying to get to these runes. This stupid, Okay, that's enough. I don't need to see anymore. I don't need to see anymore. I just wanted to show you. It was that. So I was not a fan of these finger runes. I thought, screw this place. There was two. There. It was so aggravating. Yeah, I didn't like it. Also, the frenzied forest, I liked, but it was big, and the fact I couldn't ride torrent through such a big area. So yeah, I'd have to say these were my least favorite areas. Yeah, so Double DZ says he's not evil, he's misguided. He does everything with good intentions, but does it in the most childlike way. Yeah, thank you, DZ. That's exactly what I think. Not evil, but definitely misguided. And his... I kind of feel like Miquella has ADHD because he comes up with all of these ideas on how to fix things, right? And you can see the way that he tries to fix things with other... you can see that the way he tries to fix things is in a very Erdtree. Said, okay, well, maybe the Erdtree is the problem. Let me make my own tree. Okay, that didn't work. Maybe this. Okay, maybe I have to marry... maybe I have to take on a strong consort, and he and I can have like an ideal. We can start over. I think he's just got a very naive way. I don't think he's an evil character. I just think he's very naive and optimistic to a fault. And there are definitely some people like that. There are definitely some people. So let's go ahead and go to the hinterland. Yeah. Let's see. DLC. Okay. Yes. Thank you. I'm also seeing some hatred for the Abyssal Woods. Yeah. I was not a fan of them. We'll go check it out in a second. Let's go here. I'll tell you some of my thoughts about this. So when you go to hinterland, obviously just the shock of seeing this place covered in flowers. Beautiful. You see the two tree sentinels. You think, okay, something worth protecting is here. And then you come up here and then you find the incantation by Marika. You see the golden tree, and then you realize that her background. I'm working on a video about Bonny Village and Shaman Village and how they relate, and Marika's background and everything. So yeah, this was probably the biggest reveal in the game to me, but this is what... Okay, so my thoughts of Marika have always been her sort of this purest view of, I want to create an ideal world with only the things that I approve. It's very religious undertones with the whole golden order and whatnot. And so you have this background that now changes it. Okay, so the reason that she went on this crusade and sent Messmer, and the reason that the Hornsent are angry is because she she took her revenge on them. So did they give her this? Was this backstory always meant to be a part of Marika's story from the start? Or was it given to her to justify her, the way that she abused the Omen and the Misbegotten and the Albinorix and anyone who didn't fit the image of what was pure in her mind? So that was kind of, I thought, yeah, I feel really bad for Marika because her people were wiped out by the Hornsent in this awful way. But was that always supposed to be her background, or was it given to her to make us more empathetic. I don't know. I don't know how much of the DLC was a part of the main game and whatnot. But yeah, this was the biggest reveal to me. I thought this was really, really just dark and gruesome and heartbreaking. But I do question that. It definitely obviously it changes her character a lot, but it's also this whole, and you see this right now with religious wars, when you have factions that have just been hurting each other and at war for centuries. Like, when does that cycle of violence end? So I really thought this new edition really goes more into that. So I don't know, that's just what I thought about it. Vicious says, create a world of women with only bulging biceps. I'm gonna show you guys that photo. the way I have a video pulled up just to talk about it. I just thought it was so funny how they did like these angles of Radahn as he's standing in the doorway, this young lion that Miquella wanted to make his consort. So yeah, but so that was a huge reveal for me. Now I want to just where here it is. I hated this area. I liked it at first. Okay, I liked it at first, I will say. And was it here? No. Okay, yeah, here it is. So this one jail, what is the light catacombs? Not jail, the catacombs, sorry. Let's see. Yeah, the dark light catacombs. When you came into that boss room and it transformed into this, I thought that was so cool. That was awesome. And then it goes right into the Abyssal Woods. So this sign right here freaked me out so much. When I saw it, I said, oh, heck no. I don't want to know what is in here. And then you walk a little further down and it tells you. And then you try and summon Torrent. And it immediately, watch. I mean, you guys have seen this already. That freaked me out so much. I thought something is definitely going to happen. I think this area would have been better if it was shorter. So it was kind of giving like Lost Wood vibes. Yeah, these signs were so creepy. But also, I loved the fight. Oh my gosh, the fight with Mitra was so cool. That was probably one of the coolest fights in that cutscene of him pulling his head off. Yeah. It was, I mean, it was so Lovecraft, right? It's kind of, you saw the Lord of Frenzy. I thought it was really, really cool. And this whole area, when you go in and he's screaming, oh, we want to talk about cool fights. Oh my gosh. The fight with Bale, with Egon screaming in the background, was definitely my favorite. I mean, the missing wings and his one missing leg, I just thought, dang. The Civil War, I don't know, the Civil War, the whatever was going on with the dragons, I really, really, really want to look into this, because that was a really cool storyline. And I didn't really, it kind of felt like it was very separate from the DLC. I mean, even you have this whole area, it just feels like it wasn't really attached to the main story, but I loved it. The fight with Bale. Yeah, okay, so chat. Yeah, Kirsty Bale. Oh, you're so good. I loved that. That was so cool. Yeah. Okay, so Steve Johnson says, I really want to hear your thoughts regarding Romina, Saint of Bud. What was she before Romina? I think it's Romina. Yeah, let's go to Church of Bud real quick. Yeah, the Mitra boss felt very Bloodborne. That's what it was. It was just so cool. It was just very, very... The Bud. Where is the item that talks about what it used to be beforehand? You guys might have to refresh. Is it Saint Romina? I thought it was something else. I kind of wish you could just sort by Shadow of the Erdtree items. I don't know if I can find it now. Oh, Blackman says, everyone's saying curse you, Bale. I'm like, what? I don't get it. Have you not done the Bale stuff? Oh, it's so good. You really need to. Oh, yeah. Okay, so thoughts on the absolute lack of Glow-Eyed Queen. Dude, that whole scene in the very beginning of the trailer that they put out where, you know, the seduction and the birth of gold and the betrayal. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's Marika, Glow-Eyed Queen. Literally nothing. Are there any item descriptions of her at all that I missed? Because I didn't find it. I'm still trying to find the, where is it? The remembrance of Romina. Maybe our remembrances, you can tell how often I just go to the finger reader crone. Where are they? Oh, Wills, you meant meter, not Midra. Yeah. Meter was Emir, right? Oh, no. Yeah. You're talking about Mother Fingers, not. The fight with Emir after, here it is. The fight with Meter after Meter was so good. Where is it? Where is, oh, here it is. Okay, I was looking for something hot pink. Here it is. So, here we go. After the church was burned to the ground, Romina discovered a twisted divine element which she weaved into the baleful scarlet rod. So, I'm thinking Romina was, like it says, the saint of the bud. She was what? I think she would probably be the flower that was in the middle. That would probably be closer to what she was. And then when the church burned to the ground, she took aspects of that, because then you see she has the scorpion, she has the centipede, she also has the butterflies around her, which are related to rot. So yeah, I think that's what she was though before in rot. Also interesting that the pests here are like bright red, because they look quite pale in Aeonia. Yeah, so we're definitely Glow-Eyed Queenless for sure. I don't think anything can. And with all the death birds and whatnot, I just don't really think it. I don't know. I was kind of expecting something. Gosh, I just realized I never fought that one fighter that was with the two swords. Is she around here? I've never fought her. I can't. I feel like I can't do it now because I need footage, and I have the camera mod so I can like pause the game and get my footage for it. But yeah, I just realized I don't think I actually fought her. What I can do though is I can try and fight one of those. I have not fought those bad boys, those big furnaces, because they were taking forever. No, not Rellana. Not Rellana. I fought Rellana. The one that appears in the Cerulean Coast, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's not in the... Okay, I see it's in a mausoleum. So they lied to us about that. I see. That's what we call good bond. Let's go see if I can fight this big furnace. Spirit and Steel says, hi, Kite. Just came in heartbroken about the lack of Gloam too. It's mentioned, though, Messmer's younger sister had a flame of her own. Yeah, implying Melina is a kindling maiden. That's exactly what I thought, too. Oh, yeah, Lore. Hi, Lore. I didn't see. Yeah, I haven't fought these furnaces yet because they're scary. Well, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to do this. Forget it. Judge me all you want. I will say, she is my stunt double. I would use her just to get footage of the bosses. Okay. Oh my gosh. I should turn my... Let's see. Send... No, I don't want to send her back. I want to do this. Yeah, I've been playing without the UI because, I want like the clean footage for my videos. I know. I'm so dedicated. Let's see if I can do my perfume build. Yeah, these guys are so funny though. All right, here we go. Oh, did he go down? Did he seriously go down? Oh shoot, I'm out of potion. Yeah, this is like the real mode is playing on here without sorry, dancers in a hidden mausoleum. Okay. I will definitely get to that dancer for sure. Yeah, so what was I gonna say? Dude, no. I'm telling you. This build is so, it's disgusting. This build is just, is it dead? It might not be dead. No, it wasn't dead. Okay. There we go. This build is so gross. Yeah. It's you, so basically, let me show you. It uses Flame of Frenzy to increase your damage, and then you have to get like these specific, there's a whole video. I need to show I'm not taking credit for it. I did not come up with this build. This guy came up with this build. It's glitter. It's the glitter build up. The guy who came up with it, he beat Radahn in 9 seconds. Okay, it's disgusting. They're gonna nerf it. I said, forget it. Let me abuse it before it gets nerfed. Yeah. So it is disgusting though. Yeah, the trailers lied to us. No scene with Miquella in the tree either. Was there? Wait, what's? Oh, yeah. You're right. That scene with Miquella, the over the shoulder. Was that Miquella or was that Marika? Actually, you know what? Maybe it was Miquella. Because I'm trying to think of the way the characters look now. Yeah, okay. Basically, it's got to be lightning perfume bottle because every single one of these little particles will explode and the damage is just like exacerbated, and then you put frenzy on. Oh, there's one more thing you need where you take damage, but the more damage you take, the more damage you do. So it's just gross. Yeah, he beat Rellana in like 10 seconds. He beat Radahn in 9 seconds. He has all these records he was breaking, trying to get it down further and further. Basically, it's a one-hit kill. You have to get all of this. They're gonna nerf it though, because I can't imagine going to PvP and getting hit with this and just automatically dying. It's disgusting, I know, but whatever. Oh yes, it's Cyrobe. That's it. Thank you, Spirit and Steel. That's it. That's the guy. Yeah, the build is it's awesome though. So I really loved Ymir. I think Ymir was one of my favorite NPCs. Ymir, even though I had to fight him at the end. Also Ansbach, I loved him. He was just so nice. So did you guys ever, when you had the option to, let's go here. When you had the option to get summoned either to assist Needle Knight Lita against Hornsent or against Ansbach, did you guys ever do that? Because I didn't actually do that. And yeah. Oh, actually, let me get a sword just so I can, I love doing this. This is so toxic of me. Not that they care because they're tiny little things. Yeah. Okay, Laura says I killed Lita. She went crazy. Girl, she gets even more crazy, okay? Although I will say, okay, let me just say something. The amount of things that you could accidentally get locked out of not knowing was kind of upsetting because, like, different dynamic for me having to play through the game and trying to get as much information as possible so that when I make my videos, I'm giving like the most informed views I can give. I'm giving you the most informed package possible, but I need all of the possible dialogues and whatnot, okay? If you walked, I mean, this wasn't locked off, okay? This wasn't easily. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, you could literally get into the game. You could walk up here. You could go around. I don't really think you even had to hit any site of grace. You could get there. And if the rune broke, that was it, right? So then you miss out on all of that dialogue. Another thing, and so lore, if you didn't do things correctly with some of the NPCs, they don't show up at that very big fight at the end where it's Anjbot, where it's everybody. That was really cool though. I felt like, it kind of felt like fighting at the very end. You have Ansbach and Talia and more. Also, why was more attacked me? You know that one part in the game where the rune breaks and then Moore is like, oh, I feel sad, don't know what to do. And you can either tell Moore, you can literally tell Moore to be sad forever. That was one of the options, which I thought was hilarious. So I didn't tell him that. I said, put it past you, put it past you. So Moore, what does he do? This guy comes up at the end and he attacks me, and as I kill him, he says, be sad forever? ? Like, are you throwing this back in my face? Are you throwing it back in my face that I did not tell you to be sad forever? So now as I kill you, you're throwing it back in my face. What was up with him? Yeah, he get over yourself, Moore. I was so nice to you. I like bought his items and everything. But whatever. Oh, you got locked out of Forger Cookbooks 4 and 5? How did you do that? I need to make sure I have those. Let me see. Maybe I got locked out of them too. Again, though, that is one thing I was a little irritated with, because it would be ideal to go through the game blind and not having a guide, not having anything, but the amount of stuff you could get locked out of was insane. Where are my cookbooks? I'm so bad with like knowing what tab. Yeah, speaking of ADHD. Okay, here are your cookbooks. Look how many potentate book. I'm missing so many. It goes up to 13. I only have like 7. Where are they? Where are the Forager cookbooks? Come on, Forager cookbooks. I don't know where they. Oh, Grandam. Okay, well, they've got to be around here somewhere. Oh, there. Wait, I only have 5. Are you kidding me? Wait, did you say Forager Brood or something else? There's so many items. There's so many items. How do you keep track? Yeah, I know, Laura. It was messed up. I was upset about more. I also didn't know why Hornsent attacked me, because I never fought. Oh, I was going to do this. I totally forgot. Okay, yeah. I just want to show you. This is so gross. It's so toxic of me. But I loved doing that. Actually, here, let me just get one by himself. Also, oh, I missed it. I wanted to get all 3 of them. Here, let's see if I can get all 3 of them together. This is so satisfying, though. And then I love the run-up animation where you, like, run past and you do this. Yeah! Okay, no, that's not the one I wanted to do. Okay. There we go. So here it is. Oh, shoot, there he is. Look how satisfying. I loved doing this. I would, like, pull up my sword just to be able to do this with these guys. Oh, darn it. No, it didn't do it. Okay, you gotta get here. Yeah. Squishing them to the ground. So toxic. Yeah. I don't know. It's just satisfying. I hate those guys. But up here on this bridge is where you found the sign for Hornsent and Lita, right? And it was like, oh, you go to both of their worlds. So I have like 12 different save files going for this, depending on what point in time, because I was getting then so paranoid about being locked out, and I had to reset and go back to save files because I did. So I never beat Lita or Hornsent here. I just left it because I read you have to leave it, otherwise he won't come back, yada yada yada. So she has Alfred vibes. Oh, the Dragon Priest? Oh, okay. Alfred and Bloodborne. Lita's a great analogy to Alfred and Bloodborne. Wait, who is Alfred and Bloodborne? I mean, I played Bloodborne. Alfred is not oh, yes. The knight. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, mass perfume murder. It's a fun build. Yeah, so that, anyway, I was confused about Hornsent for that reason. I was confused because I didn't understand why I chose not to beat him, and this guy shows up and sides with Lita, of all people. That didn't make sense to me. It just didn't. Yeah. Anyway. Oh. What was I talking about? Yeah, Hornsent. So, we want to talk about the Hornsent, by the way. Let's go back to this lady. I thought this was really interesting, and I'm still not sure. Yeah, the knight with the wheel, that's him. That's him. Yeah, so this woman in here, this was another thing, this dialogue in here. I hate these guys so much. Go away, leave me alone. The dialogue in here was also dialogue. Oh, I didn't know she died. Wait, she's not dead. What is that? Oh, okay. So, if you could possibly get locked out of this if you fought Messmer before putting on the lion's mask and talking to her. And she has a ton of dialogue. She has paragraphs of dialogue. Paragraphs. Again, out stuff was kind of sad. Also, the stuff with the dragon priestess. Did you guys put her to sleep with Talier's thing? Again, you could get locked out of being able to do the thing with having Talier. Is it Talier? Thalia? I need to listen to that. You could get locked out of having him fight you with Radahn and Ansbach if you didn't kill him before. So it's just crazy. I've heard I should play The Witcher. I would probably like it. I watched the first season of the show with Henry Cavill. So does Hornsent help you with Lita if you summon him with Messmer? I don't know. We're kind of relatively late because, again, I was freaked out about the locking out. I actually had the option to summon both Lita, or not. I had the option to summon both Hornsent and Yolan, the Knight Yolan, which I just got. Yeah, I just got her Spirit Ash. Have you guys gone? How would you know to get this without a guide? Seriously, it was so hidden. It was so hidden. But this was interesting because, so these sisters right here. I found Anna's dead body in one of the jails. And of course you find Yolan's puppet in the rides where you get this thing. But I had the option to summon Yolan and Hornsent, but I could only choose one or the other. So again, had to reboot, play with Yolan, but she doesn't give you any dialogue, and when you beat it with her, and I think I did end up beating it with her, so maybe that's why Hornsent didn't like me at the end. Yeah, that twin spirit ash is insane to find. You have to go to Shaman Village, and then you have to okay, so I'm going to show you. You have to go to Shaman Village. You have to follow this around. You have to jump off the cliff here, and then you have to jump on the back of Rabbath's Rise, and then you find a puppet. Again, I don't think I would have found that. It was just so obscure. I think there's probably places I don't think I have every site of grace. I know I don't have all of the temples of Ra stuff either. I need to do that. Yeah, so yeah, lore. Let me just show you guys. Let me show you guys real quick. Let me show you right here real quick. Yeah. So, Messmer, the sad genocidal abandoned son. Yeah, you know, Messmer's stuff is so... His, where is it? Where's his remembrance? Yeah, you could see how... Wait. Oh, I think it got pushed off the page already. Okay, let me just... Items. His item descriptions paint him... You're like, aw. I just think, he was... Well, he was malformed, right? Like the rest of his siblings. I totally forgot. I was going... I meant to go show you that Grandam woman. I didn't even talk to her. Well, I guess I did. But she says in her dialogue that you might get locked out of, she talks about putting a curse on Marika and her you know, offspring, and everything about Marika will be cursed. And so, and you look at all Marika's kids, and they all have birth defects, right? Every single one of them, there's something wrong with them. So I think Messmer's defect was the snakes. That was something in the flame. Okay, so here's what you have to do. You have to come down here, and it's so obscure. You're like, how would I know to do this? Okay, so this is how you get the spirit ash, but we're here, so let's go ahead and... Oh, shoot. No! But that's where it is, inside that building. So you saw where it is. That's fine. Okay. That sucks. Oh, well. Alright, so... yeah, let's go back to Grandam real quick. Real quick. Because I want to show you her name if I can see it. It might not show up because she's sweeping. Although maybe if I put the mask back on. No match for fall damage. That's true. Okay, so this is what, when I got distracted. Okay, it doesn't show you. But she is actually an Empyrean, which I found really interesting. Because we may have not gotten anything with Glowmite Queen, but we have this new character. Oh, I can't wear it. Like, we have this new character that is called an Empyrean, which I thought was a really interesting thing. It's just really never kind of touched on. So I kind of need to go back and see. Where's that lion's head? Okay, let's see if I can get... No, never mind. It's over. It's over. But yeah, she gives you a bunch of dialogue about Marika basically being cursed. I think she's the grandmother to an Empyrean. Well, actually, Hornsent Grandam. Interesting. Grandmother to an Empyrean. But her name is called Grandam Empyrean. I'm not sure if it's Grand Empyrean 2. Or, yeah, I don't know what the implication of that is. Yeah, so I'm curious about that though, because if she is an Empyrean, okay, if she is an Empyrean, if she does know Marika from a younger point in her life where she was putting this curse on her, where in the timeline does that now imply all of this stuff with the persecution of Marika's people happened? So yeah, I'm just not sure. Hi, One Time Hero. Oh, good. Yeah, I haven't streamed recently. This is just, I kind of just wanted to do a lore discussion stream that was spoilers. So it means ancestor to the Empyrean. Huh. That's interesting though, isn't it? So there's just something very with the Hornsent people, and you see in the Temple of Ra, like, how far back do they go versus like kind of what came first kind of thing, right? Let's see if I can go. Is there like an inner, maybe it's here. Let's just go here. Yeah, I'll just walk backwards. Yeah, I'm very curious about that because it felt like such a big thing. Empyrean is not a term that is used. We know Ranni, Miquella, Malenia, Marika, Glowmite Queen, right? Those are like the 5 Empyreans. And then you had this other term, Empyrean, that was just kind of thrown in there. Again, I don't know if you got to see her name, if you didn't get to put on the lion mask and everything. I don't know if it's revealed until then, but I've been thinking about that. 'Cause I think there's something, I think there's a big hint there. So in this temple, first, I kind of liked this temple just because it was a purely torrent temple. It's like the first temple you could just take torrent, and some of these places are just so big because it was nice. Yeah, look how like fresh and healthy they look. So this place is really filled with Crucible. You see that guy is also in the last place. Is it? I need to look up the name. I kind of rushed through it. Emer. because I had to do it twice and I was over it. So, yeah, I don't know. This place, though, I kind of feel like it's obviously very Hornsent important to them. I mean, it's filled with all these spirits and these shadows, and then you have this figure right here. I'm like, is that figure? Because, okay, quickly, look at that hat. Grandmother's hat, does it not? I think there's something definitely here. So, okay, it's only revealed if you put on the mask. It's her ghostly spell that she gives you. Yes, thank you. So, again, that's kind of like a hidden thing, right? That you might get locked out of is this connection to her. Spirit and Steel says, I think she was Marika's caregiver, hence her feeling so personally betrayed by the strumpet. Oh, interesting. Because she does say she's sending her grandson to help you, and then she gives you the spell, right? So she gives you the... What is it that she gives you? And you might have to tell me, Alex. She gives you what Spirit Ash? Really quick. Let's see. It was a Spirit Ash she gave you? Or a spell, an incantation. I can't remember now. But she's like, I'm gonna send my grandson to help you. Which I thought was Hornsent. I said, oh, it's an incantation. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember. You're right. Let's see. Also, oh my gosh, this new Crucible aspect. That was so cool. Yeah, so we were talking about Romina. So this now I think is further... the Miranda flower. She could be in an age long past before this land was enshrouded and showered. The vitality of the Crucible flourished. So there is so much stuff with the Crucible that we've learned. I really haven't had time to sit down and go through all my item descriptions and stuff. I just finished the game like a couple days ago. But yeah, the new Crucible stuff has been interesting. Okay, so it's called Watchful Spirit. Watchful Spirit, where is that? Here it is. Thank you. Yes! Here we go. Okay. An entreaty received from the Empyrean Grandam. Okay, so from the Empyrean Grandam. Is that the caretaker? Maybe you're right. Maybe that does mean grandmother. I don't know. I don't know how to interpret that. Is she an Empyrean Grandam, or is she the Grandam for the Empyreans? I don't know. Take vengeance upon Messmer and his lot. Those who betrayed us, they who burned us, let them face. Okay. Interesting. Okay, sorry, I saw it. Grandam can mean nanny. Oh my gosh, so maybe this was Marika's grandmother or nanny. This is what I think. Now, this changes things. If Marika was a shaman, she came from Shaman Village. So the Hornsent are the dominant. You look at all of the shadows, they all have well, some of them have horns on them, but the Hornsent are the dominant people of this land. And they had this barbaric practice in Bonny Village. Ah! Oh my gosh, that scared me. That made me jump. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I was not. Oh my gosh, stop, please. I'm just trying to stream. Okay, Mary Poppins for Infuriance. I like that. Let's wait until, because I want to go here while I'm thinking about that real quick. Yeah, so these guys right here are Hornsent shadows, right? Stop, I can hear you trying to attack me. I'm not doing anything to you. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, okay. I'm just kind of formulating this as I go together. So Bonny Village is where, if you've been to this whipping hut, you saw Let's just go Bonny Village real quick. I'm doing a whole video on Bonny Village, by the way. So if you have inputs, now is the time, because my script is basically done. This it's called a divine ritual. It's called a ritual of practice. But basically, the Hornsent would kill people and put their bodies into jars. There we go. We have these naked bad boys that would do it. So the Hornsent especially loved using shaman, Marika's people, because they said that their flesh blended harmoniously. And if you come over here to this shack, it's super gruesome. It's called the Whipping Hut. And in here you find a tooth whip. And you find this ghost. And this ghost, if you look at him and you read this dialogue, it says, you know, your place is in the jar. Sainthood awaits you. And then he says something about, for shamans like you, this is your lot. And his animation right here is very much like you recorded for this alone. His animation right here is very much, I mean, he's holding a whip, right? That is the pose. He's getting ready to whip. And then you can see, like what I was talking about, his, oh, too close. His, you can see the little horns on his head. Okay, so this is the Hornsent. So my thing is, I think, now that we're talking about this whole Empyrean grandma, Empyrean nanny, maybe Marika was raised in Belarut Tower Settlement. I don't know. I really don't know. This woman right here, I know she's small, but that hidden dialogue, or the dialogue you could possibly get locked out of, I really just think is a big clue about Marika. Yeah. And then at the very end, when she says, you know, I curse Marika, I'm wondering if all of her offspring are cursed because of this woman. I don't know, but then she seems to have been betrayed by Messmer as well, so maybe, I don't know. The timeline is so confusing in this game. It's so confusing. Oh, is it pronounced Bonny or Boney? It's pronounced Brawny. I thought it was pronounced Bonny, as in Bonny lass, because Bonny, isn't Bonny slang for like beautiful or good looking? Is it Boney? Maybe it is Boney. Whoops. I thought it was Bonny. Like, it was kind of a play on, oh, it's Bonny Village. It's like, no, it's not a pretty village at all. Actually, this is really interesting. Let me show you this too. So Jack is a mimic who we did a couple streams together. We had a whirlwind collaboration where we were just talking right before the stream. But someone to me, so you know over here where you get this oh mother gesture. This is really interesting. So you get the oh mother gesture, but next to it is a snake skin, and I didn't see this before. Where is it? It's a giant snake skin. Is that it? Here it is. So that's interesting, isn't it? Like, why is there a giant? And this looks exactly like the snake, Eagle. It looks exactly like Eagle from Volcano Manor. Oh, the oh mother tree is simply pointing to the snake skin. Oh, is it? Look at that. Yeah, it kind of is pointing to the snake skin. And who do we think Marika's grandmother is? You know, when you find this little statue, the one that's not beheaded, it looks, it's inside a tree that kind of looks dead, like this one. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, is this Messmer's skin? Maybe. I mean, the model, if you look at this face, it is the same exact model as in Volcano Manor. And I'm not sure what the connection, you know, Messmer is such a, he was advertised as being, oh, it's all the snakes and stuff, and I don't really feel like I know that much about him. The whole thing about the snakes, it says on his remembrance, like the snakes never left his side. But yeah, you can see that's the same exact model. Just for one, right? So, yeah, Wex says this looks like the thing in the story trail. I thought the same thing. The thing that Marika's reaching in and she pulls something out, it kind of looks like it has that same texture. Actually, you know, now that you say that, that part of it, doesn't it? Huh. Was she reaching into a snake's mouth? Was she pulling Messmer out of the snake? Is that what that was? I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, let me go to Messmer's remembrance real quick. I need to remember which... Is that under key items? Which tab are remembrances under, so I never have to force you guys to look at this again. Here they are. Okay. Is this the one that talks about the snake? A malevolent snake writhed within Messmer, and so his very mother plucked out... You guys, that has to be what that was in the beginning, right? Who said that? Rex, was it you? Yes. Look at that. Okay. His very mother plucked out his eye and put it in its place. It put it in its place to seal a grace. Okay. And you know, during that fight, that's when Messmer, like, takes out his eye. So that thing in the beginning, I think you're right. It does look exactly like that. It is plucking something out of a snake. Maybe that was Messmer's eye that she was using. Huh. I think it's interesting that the abyssal snake is Messmer and the greater will is described as a void. Yeah, I don't know what it means. I really don't know what it means. It's a lot. It is a lot. Where was that? I did it and I've already forgotten. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? It's so hard. You guys if you've never streamed and had to do something at the same time, the concentration is not there. Okay, it's under tools. Good to know. Having done so, her fear compelled her to secret away her child within the realm of shadow. Yeah, keeping company with the original sin. Interesting. So, the snake is the original. What is the original sin, though? See, when I saw that trailer, I thought, is this like a reverse? Is this a reverse Serpent and Eve thing? But now I'm just thinking, well, maybe it is just a callback to the whole idea of the snake and Eve. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. But, yes, you're right. I think that's it. I think that's what now that trailer. That's got to be, right? That was Marika plucking out his eye. I just don't understand. A malevolent snake writhed with the Messmer, and so his very mother plucked out his eye and put in it. Like, what does the eye have to do with it? What did the eye have to do with it? I don't know. Sorry, I fell. The original sin might be hiding the real tree away in the shadow realm. Yeah, I don't know, because this guy right here, okay, Remembrance of the Shadows, Sunflower, and this is the Scadu. Scadu. I've got to stop saying Scadu. I know it's Shadow. It is Shadow. Or is it Shadow? Is it Shadow or Shadow? Shadow Tree. I've been calling it Scadu Tree out of a meme, and now it's kind of stuck, but the Shadow Tree avatar. Shadow Tree is the shadow of the Erdtree, born of dark notions that bear no sense of order, that twist and bend its stalk. It's just, yeah, the timeline is very confusing. Because I guess I kind of always, but then you have the Crucible, you have the Crucible lingo. The Crucible is the primordial form of the Erdtree. So Erdtree predates, I don't know how far Erdtree goes back, but I would assume that you have the Shaman Village. We have this now Empyrean nanny that seems like she raised Marika, or at least knew her when she was little and felt betrayed by her. Very interesting. Yeah, Marika's sword seal is Messmer's eye. Notice something else. and I'm putting this in my video too. But let me go to one of the jails. So these living jar innards in the jails are, I'm making the argument that they are actually shaman, because when you see them, they have a seal on their head. It's hard to, we won't be able to see it very up close, because obviously, well, we cannot see it from here, but they have a seal on their forehead. I got it in camera mod. I got very close. They also have something around their thigh that looks like a red jeweled belt. It's like a red jeweled item around their thigh. But I think all of these, that's the shaman, right? They were all taken, killed, and put into these jars, and that is what we're seeing here. We see this woman with long hair. She's blindfolded, and then you see the seal on her forehead, and partly looks like Marika's rune. So, I don't know. Maybe the Hornsent raised Marika up to godhood because she was an Empyrean, but then when Marika got her power, she betrayed the Hornsent for slaughtering her village. See, that, I can get behind that. That to me seems like a plausible thing. Kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like Moses, right? Could we say Moses was a Hebrew baby that was supposed to be slaughtered, but he was taken in by Pharaoh, raised as Egyptian, and then ends up coming back and killing Pharaoh and killing, getting revenge for the treatment of his people. That's what I'm thinking here. I'm really wondering, because I mean, this is all connected, right? Okay. You know what, you guys? I think we're kind of like figuring this out together on the stream, okay? I told you this woman right here was the key, and now it has clicked. This is clicking for me live. The Empyrean nanny is such a big clue, because it tells you, why would she be an Empyrean nanny? She definitely knew Marika, correct? Marika was possibly spirited away, raised in safety, or like someone suggests, sorry, I missed the name, but maybe possibly slated for godhood, raised here in Ballarat Tower settlement. Maybe didn't even know her own background. Maybe didn't even know she was shaman. Because the tower here, this divine gate front staircase, this is that scene in the story trailer that was released of Marika standing here and standing in front of it. But it's all red with either blood offerings or whatnot. So that's got to be it, right? Ballarat Tower is literally Babel, a tower reaching heavens with a divine gate. Yeah, oh, I like that. Also, if you look at the tower, it's filled with little people. It's like they're making it, it's all over the place. They make the very architecture of it. I think that's got to be it. I think this woman raised Marika, knew she was an Empyrean, or maybe because the fingers are in such close proximity here to Shaman Village, and I'm thinking she was slated or handpicked for godhood. Okay, well, a little shaman girl is gonna be a god. Safety. She found out what happened. Maybe she found out what happened later on, because the language on the spell, the healing incantation, let me look that up real quick. Let's see. Where is it? Here it is. Secret incantation of Queen Marika, only the kindness of gold without order, which makes me think possibly predates the Golden Order. Creates a small tree. Marika bathed the village of her home in gold, knowing full well that there was no one to heal. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. The store. Oh, also, Can we talk about the storm? I loved the storehouse. I loved the storehouse because it was just such a cool, it was like, I'm like, oh, it's the New York Public Library. Huge. I mean, you see in tomes, history is here. They were studying. Marika could have found out the record of what happened. And this is connected to, all of this is connected to Messmer. You know, this is where you get to him by going through all the storehouse stuff. And then you see this place is just patrolling with his knights. They're all over this place as if they are just keeping a close watch on it, or I don't know, gatekeeping the knowledge to themselves or whatnot. Yeah, Storehouse has ancestral spirit beasts. I loved all of, I mean, look at this. That is the imagery right there of Marika hanging on the rune in the same way. And then you see that's like a big giant. It's a giant. It's a giant with horns. So I really, really loved this area. I thought it was so cool, the imagery of it. But also, I'm now kind of thinking Marika learned about what happened and then got revenge after. And that's why there was this betrayal, the seduction and the betrayal. And then, yeah, I don't know. I think there's something here. But yeah, this place was super, super cool. It just kept going up too. I don't know. I think I got to the highest place. This place is the only place that suggests Torrent's origins. Oh, yeah, possibly. See, so the Messmer seal is right there. Also, I just saw that. There's little horns up here. Because Marika, you know, the Omen are a very persecuted group of people. Look at all the scrolls. I mean, this place is just, it's crazy. Hi, bad boy. What you looking at? But look, his knights are all over the place. Yeah, they were gatekeeping knowledge. I think it just shows she had access to learn about her history and whatnot. They began experimenting with a Hornsent to learn how to achieve godhood. Yeah, the whole idea of Bonny Village and trying to create the saints in jars, and then you have all the greater jars that you see in the lands between. I first, right? All of this stuff has to have predated, and then that is why all of this was later just enveloped in shadow, because Marika's like, no, I'm moving on. I'm getting out of here. I just don't know the lands between connection here. Was it always one place? Like, if you were to take off the veil, would it all fit? Would it all fit neatly into the center of the map? Let's see. Let me just go back. So, do you know how to just look at the whole map without having to do this? Like, can I just go back? Because maybe I'm not doing it correctly. I'm so I figured it out. Okay, does all of that fit? Okay, you see all this area right here. Does this fit in here? Is this where it is? Is that what it's supposed to be? Actually, you know what? I keep pressing LB, it's RB. Kind of looks like it doesn't. Like this spot looks like it might fit. I think so. It looks like it. Now that I look at it, it looks exactly like that's where it was carved out of. Yeah, so yeah, maybe this is legit. This Land of Shadow goes in the middle right here. And see, I kind of wondered, I think I did a DLC speculation. I wondered if this cloud had anything to do with it. I went to this tower and I tried to look to see, but yeah, it very much looks like that now, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And the shadow tree is kind of in the same exact place too. Oh yeah, the suppressing pillar. That suppressing pillar. If we were to go back. Is that this? Is that the very center? That doesn't look like it. Center goes down pretty far. Well, you know, maybe I need to fill it in, and maybe then it would be a little higher. But if you overlay shadow trees in the same exact way. Okay, so seems chat consensus thinks. Oh, but Caelid would be under a mountain. Yeah, I don't know. Would it though? Because if it goes right here, and you know you have. Yeah, because where's the Dragon Burrow stuff? That's over here, isn't it? Or is that further down north? Oh, there it is. Oh, that that is kind of close to it then. Because if it would be, yeah, interesting. I think when the Elden Ring Shadow lands between, it got a little messed up, but the realm of shadows was spared all the world upheaval stuff, so someone could explain the weird geography. But she was explaining all the stuff. But yeah, you're right. So maybe it was spared. Okay, well, I mean, I learned a ton. The whole grandma nation, yeah, that's my new headcanon. Marika was raised here safely in order to ascend for their people, and then turned around and said, I know what you did to the shaman. See, I think she came here. I think she came back to Shaman Village after she ascended to godhood and found out they were all gone. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, timeline stuff. Also, this right here, the Shadow Tree Chalice, I'm not... Like, what was the purpose of that? Because it was empty, wasn't it? How do you get it? Let's go here. Bale being the father of drakes and being on top of the dragon barrel. Yep. I think you guys are right. That's exactly it. Didn't make sense was the Erdtree is just an illusion of the Shadow Tree, correct? No, this is kind of what I don't get. Marika sealed away Messmer for what? This same kind of reason she sealed away the power of the fell god. She was afraid of his. See, this to me, I was very interested. Like, I mean, you find 5 Shadow Tree fragments here, but I really don't know what this could have been used for. It's some sort of offering plate for sure. Any ideas? It's just a chalice facade. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, and this tower right here is really interesting too, just because of the way it frames the tree. But I'm also thinking, no, it doesn't. The moon's over there. Also, I really liked seeing the Albinoric over here. Oh, she's back. She always comes back. I thought she died for good. Yeah, this was interesting, wasn't it? And she drops the items that you find out later about Commander Gaius. So Gaius was also an Albinoric, which is super cool. Which also makes me think that Radahn might have been an Albinoric too, because let's see, here it is. Gaius was Messmer's friend and leader of his men. Wait, I thought this said he was friends with Radahn. Wait a second, maybe I got that totally wrong. Wait, yes, because he uses gravity magic. Oh, that's right. He taught from the same... Let's go back. Let's see. Shadow Tree feels like the description of the Erdtree in the Age of Plenty. That's a good point. I have to look. Yes, Varsoon says, did you see the snakeskin near Bonny Village? Yes, I did. Also, did we decide if it was Bonny or Boney? I still think it's Bonny Village because Bonny means pretty. I think it's supposed to be a play on how gross that place is. Here we go. Oh, here, yes. I knew I saw it somewhere. Gaius and Radahn were good rivals in their youth, and this sorcery is a product of their friendly competition. So he studied from the same... Also, I loved how all the equipment for Gaius, when I came back here to look, I said, oh, it's got his helm, it has his gauntlets, it has his chest piece. It doesn't have his greaves, and then you get the greaves from somewhere else because that's supposed to be the big reveal. Is he couldn't use his legs the same way Radahn couldn't use his legs, right? And had to rely on his steed. Gaius was the most senior disciple of the same Alabaster Lord who taught Radahn and... Wait! Who is Gaia? Do you see that? What is that name? Who taught Radahn and Gaia gravitational technique. Oh, hi! Oh, thank you, James. Cappuccino, decaf, non-fat. Care to join me? Absolutely. Yes, please. Thank you. It's so sweet. Pick me up one. I could use a coffee right now. It's Bonny Village. Okay, is it Bunny? We're gonna have to like ask the experts. I've seen so many. Gaia is hanging out with Charo. Oh, so I just haven't seen Gaia yet. Interesting. So is this now a connection between... I still haven't seen Charo either. I kind of flew past Cerulean Coast. I need to go back and give it more attention. Okay. So, but the implication here is that, right, like Radahn also didn't have use of his legs, and was he... because what's this here? Okay, Gaius himself was never without his boar. The same way that Radahn was never without his steed, so they just both didn't know how to walk. Not know how to walk. They didn't have use of their legs because they're albinorics. Yeah, where is his greaves? Okay. A cruel joke, for he could not wear them. Riding atop a boar, he called his other half, the same way the Albinorics call their wolves the other half. Gaius was in fact a warrior of Albinoric extraction. So Radahn, they learned from the same Alabaster Lord. I'm just wondering. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is now the implication that Radahn was. There's something else too. Let me show you in a second. Oh, you were... Oh, okay, Alex, I saw you were trolling. Wait. Okay, thank you. I'm glad you said that. Listen, I'm extremely gullible. If you say something, I will probably believe you. So, do we know who Gaia is then? Is that just literally not mentioned? Can anyone do like a check and see? Because that seems so random, doesn't it? Or is this a typo? Gaius was the most senior who taught Radahn and Gaia. Like, who is that? Is that now someone else that we don't know? It's mentioned in a single line. That's it? That has to be a typo. Because who is this person? It's just thrown in there. It's got to be a typo. But that's a weird typo because that's not even close. I don't think it's a typo. I think this is someone. I don't know. Okay, Spirit and Steel says, if that's a typo, that's far off. Because you only have, like... That is a bad typo. I could understand if it was but EA and IUS. It's pretty messed up. I don't know. SoCal says, I like channels like this because I can relax and listen to the lore while dying to Radahn. Ah, good. I'm glad this is relaxing for you. Yeah, I like this too. This is laid back. Okay, so this is another thing I wanted to bring up that I thought was really, really interesting. When you go to, not Rellana, her sister, her younger sister, Rellana, it says, okay, Rellana was a Carian princess. Rellana disavowed her birthright and chose to stand at Messmer's side. Here it is. Where is it? No, that's not the one. That's not the one. Where is it? There's something on one of her items that talks about... It talks about her sister giving her black hair. Do you guys know which item that is? Shoot, I don't know. One of the items related to Rellana talks about Rennala giving her black hair. Her black hair was a gift, and you see during the fight, she has this really, really long ponytail. And I thought, that's an interesting term right then and there, which then made me think, is Rellana also, did Rellana die and Rennala rebirthed her the same way? Because she's been practicing this, I was about to say necrophiliac, not that. Necromancer. She's been practicing necromancer sorcery, which is forbidden. Helmet, thank you. Krungle, thank you. That's it. The one thing why didn't I check that? Yeah, the helmet. There we go. Thank you, Krungle. Renounced her lineage to chase after Messmer. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Rennala was said to have given her younger sister a gift of lustrous black hair. That is interesting to me. Or wait, does that mean she cut off her hair? You know, maybe I'm thinking too much of this. Maybe she cut off her hair and gave it to her as a token, as a token of affection, which is a thing. People used to do that. Maybe that's what that means. Because I sort of thought like, oh my gosh, wait. Did Rellana die? Did Rennala rebirth her and give her hair? Because you know how you can go to Rennala and get your cosmetics done? You can go to Rennala and she can change your appearance. Okay, she just gave her a ponytail. Yeah, I'm like thinking way too much about that. Let's see. Alex says, oh, wait. Which is that? Spirit Ashes of Olga, right? The Crucible Knight? Do I have that? Here we go. Wait, really? Does this? I'm reading this right now. Red Main Knight, not Crucible, sorry. Olga. There's an Agha. I'm just making my own names here. Yeah, I'm not. Where does it say Gaia? Yes. So here's something. While I'm thinking about it, I did a video about the what's her name? Ancient Valleys, Snow Ruins, Stargazers. I did a video about who Rena was because I thought, okay, the Snowy Crone, and I found this thing that someone had that made me think there was possibly some connection. Let's see. I'm going the wrong way. Ah, shoot. Stargazer's ruins. But yeah, you're right. Maybe she chopped off her hair. Actually, Rennala she does have short hair, doesn't she? I think you're right. I think I thought way too much into that. Well, see that. I'm glad I brought it up. Come up with some crazy theory that she died and she brought her back. And the only reason I thought that though is because if you go to the Stargazer ruins, why am I going the wrong way? I feel like I went a really roundabout way. I'm really just not great with the map, if you can tell. Localization is hard. I could easily see one word turning both into Agha and Gaia. Okay, so is that what the consensus is? Agha is just Gaia mistranslation. I can see that. But so going back to that whole thing, because the similarities are to me supposed to be very apparent between Radahn and Gaius. They're both on their steed. They both can't use their legs. At least when we see Radahn. I mean, we see Radahn in his youth though, and he was using his legs. So I don't know. I really don't know now what that's supposed to mean. Or if maybe, because I can't imagine. Here it is. You have two students in your class. You know, you're the Alabaster Lord, and you come into class one day and you see 2 students, and they're on their boar and they're on their horse, and you're like, what's wrong? Because we gotta learn gravitational logic. Okay, look at this. Here lie Aurelia and Oriolette, who never saw the stars. I thought, is this a sign? Is this a hint that Rellana died and Rennala brought her back? But yeah, I think you're right. I think she just chopped off her hair, because if you could look at Rennala, her hair's all chopped off. Here she is. Yeah, so Albinorks lose their legs over time. They both lose their legs over time, but the thing is, when Radahn went to go see the Alabaster Lord, he learned gravitational sorcery because he got too big, right, to be carried on his horse. Was that it? It wasn't that he, or was that the revisionist history? That was sort of like what we're telling the people.
Is it thy wish?
Yeah, so you can get your cosmetics done by her, but yeah, I think you're right. She chopped off her hair. Although her hair, no, her hair is light brown, you guys. That's not black. That looks light brown to me. I don't know. I'm not sure. This whole ponytail thing, like they made a point of telling you her hair is black. This girl's hair is light brown. I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying the whole she chopped off her ponytail and gave it to her younger sister. What a weird gift, by the way, you know. You're going to go chase the man of your dreams, have my ponytail. It just, that looks light brown to me. I had to come see. It's definitely light brown. The hair is black in the boss fight when she's in her prime. Okay, in my opinion, she's just depressed. Depression does not turn your hair light brown. There'd be a lot of light brown people walking around. Yeah, maybe her hair is black during the fight. I have to think about that. But so Radahn, okay, I think Radahn's legs were destroyed because they were scraping across the ground while he was insane on rot. Yes, Laura, that's what I think too, because in that trailer it shows you his legs are dragging. I used my little camera mod. My game is modded out, by the way. I've got like all of my camera mods and stuff, because there are so many things that you don't get to see unless you take the mod and you like go in. But during that Gaius fight, I took the mod and I went and looked at his legs, and his legs look the exact same as they do in the Radahn fight, where they look like scraps of fabric. His legs look the exact same, which is really interesting because you can't see them. You have to go inside the armor. But he was modeled clearly to have the same imagery as Radahn. So, and the way that the item descriptions are, like he was never without his boar, and the whole way Radahn was never without his horse. I just thought, is this the roundabout way of saying that Radahn was an Albinauric? I don't know. But then, who said that your legs eventually give out over time? And so I'm thinking the real story is Radahn was an Albinauric, and his legs did give out over time. But the revisionist story, the story that they tell people, the public, the general public, is that, oh, he just got too big. He got too massive for his horse. But really, I don't know. I don't know. Also, the Albinaur, I don't think I ever saw any Albinauric archers that were men. So this is interesting. Yeah, there's stuff to think about there. Let's see. Depression leads to bad decisions, like a bad bleach job. Shade at her for her hair. Poor Rennala. Look at her. Yeah, poor Rennala. I loved that fight though with her sister. That was so cool. Oh, that was awesome. Oh, wait a second. I just saw this. You see this crack right here? Interesting. It's kind of in a different place though, isn't it? Yeah, that fight with Rellana. I'm gonna hate doing a video on that just because. Okay, there is something. Where is it? Is the Divided Falls? No, I think it is in. Here it is. Scotto Alice West. Let's see. Yeah. I thought this was interesting. There is a shoot, why can't I think of it? Oh, there's a belfry tower here that transports you. I already forgot. And there's this guy, another Karian ghost. He's headless, but I mean, he's the ones at the original belfry towers are headless too. Where does this thing transport you? I've already forgotten. He's got a great rune. He's a demigod. Who is that in for? Oh yeah. Okay. You're talking about Radahn. Yeah. Oh yeah, it sends you to Rao. That's right. Yes. Which is interesting. I don't know. Is there any significance to that? That's where you fought that one Harvey Birdman attorney at law guy, wasn't it? The Crucible guy. Yeah, the bird guy. Who are children of Radahn? Radahn being the father renders them all demigods. Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking there might be some other. Oh yeah, there he is, Harvey Birdman at law, and then here's our temple right, our woman. So this woman right here, is it Ro or Ra? I've been calling her Ra. Wonder who that is though. Clearly old, right? I mean, very old. In my timeline, I think Crucible is like one of the oldest things. You also find a Crucible Knight in the Temple of Ra as well. That's the one that has the flower incantation, which is really pretty. There's also a knight. I don't think it was a Crucible Knight. I thought it was one of Messmer's knights who had the incantation where like the frog head appears and the tongue snatches out. I never found that incantation. I need to go look it up. Harvey Birdman build spinning up at me. Yeah. So I don't know. This is just kind of some thoughts. Also, can we talk about the catacombs really quick? Can we just talk about the lack of Godwyn? I know Laura and I were talking about this. Oh, Laura said, wait, I just saw this comment. Can someone tell George R. R. Martin or FromSoft that just because people are twins, their names don't have to be nearly the same? Yes, why is that? Melania. I guess those one at least there's a little bit of difference, but still. The catacombs, okay? I was going to go to one of them, but I wish I had a thing that went to the very end. What's like the easiest one to go look at the face of Godwyn? Behold the face of Godwyn. Yeah. My boy Godwyn got no attention. Dang, I'm just sorry. I'm trying to remember. I do not know this map well at all. If you can't tell, you can tell how well I know the other one. Is that the only catacombs? Where's some of the catacombs? Yeah, Godwyn got done dirty. Oh my gosh. Like they even teased it. They're like, we're going to give him some new soldiers. Yeah, look at this new soldier. We're going to give him some new soldiers. We're going to give him some story, and we're just not going to do anything more about him. Yeah, where are those Black Knight, Death Knights? Here they are. So, Golden Helm of the Death Knights, whose own death masks served as the vizards of their armor. Have you ever... Sometimes the language is so... It's so antiquated that I have no idea. Forget the whole translation error, original Japanese text to English. I need a book of antiquated terms and language, because some of these things I'm just like, I've legit never heard of this before. When I did my little trailer for the Elden Ring contest, I was looking up like an antiquated dictionary of synonyms to use, just because like I've never heard vizards of their armor, but whatever. Okay, the decayed golden wheel that adorns it represents their unbroken loyalty to Godwyn, who became Prince of Death. So this, to me, obviously happened after Godwyn died, but they were still alive. They're unbroken. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it happened after he died. I don't know. Bleach has vizards. Is it vizards? Am I saying that right? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Godwyn and Melania being left out both being so closely tied together makes me feel like there must be another DLC that's going to be released. I just looked it up this morning because Laura and I were chatting. I don't think they are. Miyazaki said that someone said that it kind of felt like he said this will satiate everybody, but we're going to do other things now. I think he's going to go back to Armored Core, or maybe do like an open world for Armored Core. So it's just like, yeah, we got Godwyn stuff, and then you have the new Cerulean. You had a bunch of Cerulean amulets. Where are they? They're under the talisman stuff. Yeah, here you go. Okay, so these were just what we had in the base game, but now you have this one. Wait, I'm missing 2. Is 2 in the base game? Am I missing? I'm just missing like the whole second set. What the heck? Okay, these were conferred to Godwyn's inner circle of distinguished golden knights. Actually, these are given to you by the finger stuff, though, aren't they? Yeah. But it's just that line right there. These were given to Godwyn's inner circle. We get dialogue of Godwyn in this DLC, but we just don't learn anything new about him, which is sad. Yeah. Oh, it's called Visor, not Vizards. That's just my southern part coming out in me. Vizards. Sounds like gizzards. Okay, so yeah, those cerulean medallions, those amber medallions, one of those came from the finger stuff. So the biggest thing, and I was talking this morning with Lorigan in the chat, the huge reveal to me was that the fingers are not the hands of giants, because that, I remember, that was such a big theory that the fingers were the hands. Oh, it's sealed now. I have to go the other way. Wait a second. Examine? Have I not? Did this not save or something? No. Yeah, it did. What? Oh, it just opens up again to go down the ladder. Okay. It's like, how didn't this save? So this right here was a huge reveal to me, that the fingers were not they were not giant hands. They were also not Riker's hands, because the fingers were all blinged out, and Riker's hands are also blinged out, and there was so much theories on what they were, but this was really, really interesting. The funniest part of the expansion to me is explains in no uncertain terms that there is a god that exists and sucks. Yeah. Yeah. This was weird though, wasn't it? I'm also not really sure that I don't feel like many questions were answered with this DLC. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had fun playing it. But I don't know if I'd walk away and say, oh, the only thing I get that for is Miquella. And it wasn't in the way that I thought. Now we just know Miquella's superpower was to charm people. And he wanted Radahn to be his consort. But he's quite ageist, isn't he? He didn't get the Radahn. He didn't get like Radahn in his middle age. He got like the young Lion General. The same painting that is in Riker's house of Radahn. Like he got the hot version of Radahn to be his consort, which I find so freaking funny. Yeah, so where was that? That was under meter. And again, I have to go back and listen to the character dialogue and keep a collection of how to pronounce some of this stuff, because I've just been calling it meter, but maybe it's meter. Maybe it is meter. Yeah, meter was the mother of all two fingers and finger creepers. That was a big shock. Like, who's giving them all this jewelry? Who's giving you guys your jewelry? Because there's a lot of it. And why does Radahn also have the same jewelry? Was in turn a magnificently gleaming daughter of the greater will, the first shooting star to fall upon the lands between. So, again, the questions have just not been satiated at all. I feel like I have so many more questions. Yeah. It's mater, like in Cars. Did I even say that right? I don't know what that, like, oh, Cars, the Pixar movie? I never saw that, if that's what you're referencing. Meteor. Oh, meteor. Yes. Meteor makes so much more sense than meter. Meteor. That's right. So, yeah. But then Emir was talking about how, if you have a bad mother, you're going to be bad, and that's the problem with Marika, and that's the problem with the fingers. So, implication was what? That Meteor was bad? But then after you killed Meteor, Emir was like, I'm going to be the new mother of the fingers. I don't know. Questions. Do you ever feel like they just have taken us around for a ride? Listen, from a marketing standpoint, this is genius. You make a product where you have to fan source the story from the community. You get tons of content, free marketing. That's just free marketing for the rest of your life. You get subreddits dedicated to it. You get, websites. Everyone is making all this content for you continuously. I think it's kind of genius. Like, I was doing a video game, I'd do the same thing. I'd make it obscure and I'd make it very roundabout so that you had to go kind of work with the community, because it's just, you will never ever not have people talking about it, which is kind of just a genius marketing move. So I don't know. I'm wondering if it's very obscure, if it's becoming a lot more obscure as we go on. Meteor was obsessed with getting sons from the Beyonded that never came to mothering again. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see that. So Meteor just basically abandoned all her children, as Marika abandoned her children. Look what happened. Yeah, but we were talking about Meteor earlier. He's so cool. Is it Midra? I don't know. Maybe my pronunciation game is really, really weak. I think it's Midra. Or is it Midra? He does say his name, doesn't he, during the fight? I can't remember. Yeah. And Nanaya. Yeah, there was really nothing really ever. What was the big revelation with Nanaya, his wife? Because then I know they were showing that picture that everyone was like, oh, that's gotta be Marika. She's like a deathbed companion. We were so wrong. We were so incredibly wrong about so much stuff. Yeah, anyway, that's just wait, the diary. Yeah, was it the diary entry? I think you're right. Let's see, where is that? I think you're right. I think it was a diary entry. See, why isn't that under key items? What is? Oh, that's under info. It's not Lita. Oh yeah, this was another thing too. Like, if you didn't happen to go to the cross in the coffins, I'm not sure if you ever got this message, because I don't know if this is if there's too much lore here other than Dane talking to her. You see the little Haley tree symbol. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. You see how faded and old this one looks? And then you see this one looks pretty brand new. Interesting. Yeah, anyways, the diary. Where is that? Here it is. Wait. No, that can't be the diary. That's something else. Was that the diary that was in Nanaya's lap? I touched him only once. Maybe that was it. I don't know. Her torch mentions the flame. Wait, where'd you get her torch? Is that the finger reader? Is that what? Let's see. Is that from his material? I'm not sure if I want to go get her material. Okay, it is from her material. Yeah, she does appear to be pregnant in the mural, doesn't she? Unless she's just doing a kind of Mona Lisa Mona Lisa smile. Let's see here. Is this it? No, that's something else. Wait, where did you get her torch? Her body is not pregnant in the game from her body. Well, okay, where's the torch? Let me just see this. Is an actual torch is it going to be with my other torches? Torch is on her. Okay, so I definitely picked it up if it's on her body. It's just a matter. I wish there was like a search feature. There's so many items. Ah! I haven't played with. Oh, yeah, I loved seeing Talier's needle. The one that he stabs you with to inflict sleep. Yeah, I loved him. I thought he was such a cute character. Kind of creepy with St. Trina. It was getting a little like, okay, buddy, where's it? Oh, yes, there you go. Nanaya's torch. Okay, a torch made by attaching a dying flame of frenzy to a small spinal column. In a distant land in an age long past was born a man who failed to become the Lord of Frenzy fame. All that remains of him is gently interesting. So, but that's not her husband's skeleton. That's got to be something else, right? So, did she come and possess him? Is that what this is trying to connect? The same way that... What's up with these, like, women that are portrayed as, you know, these Delilahs? These Delilahs coming to spread these... Same thing happened to Rhaegar, right? With Tanith, I don't know. Is that her kid's spine or her spineless husband? I thought her husband had a spine, but maybe it was just being held together by that thing that he was trying to pull out of his head. Because that's not kind of what it looked like. Was it a golden greatsword that once pierced the body of Midra, master of the Mons, used by the Hornsent in the execution of damnation. Yeah, so what's the connection now between him and the Hornsent? I don't know, there's a lot. There's a lot more questions. Yeah, but that's this basically. I really didn't have anything kind of specifically in mind when I did talk about it. I did like the revelation of the big reveal of the... Oh, she's gone now, but the dragon priestess, when you see her, because I don't know if this is supposed to be her human form or is this what the dragon priestess looked like. But I did think that was really interesting because we kind of wondered, like, oh, well, how does a dragon take form and come down? And like, oh no, she's like a teeny tiny little dragon. Ancient Dragon Man, that guy was so... The first fight was fun. Second one, whew, that was tough. Yeah. The original illusion... Oh yeah, the illusory painting in the Mange shows him surrounded by a field of flowers exactly like the Shaman village. You're right. Interesting. Weird. So here's one other thing I want to point out. The Sword Hands of Knights, it says they were born in a cold, dark jail. So they were born in this jail where they were depraved of light to be Sword Hands of Night. Thus they were cultivated to become the most terrifying masters of their blades. That is interesting to me because I don't know if this is supposed to say that the sword hands are Hornsent that are raised in these really awful conditions in order to, you know, this is like what Marika did with Moog and Margaret. Like, did she raise them in these awful conditions to you know, get them ready for something, to prepare them for something in her eyes? But that was interesting to me because it doesn't tell you that they were born in a jail when you get her armor set. It just says that they were raised underground, which made me think, oh, were they Nox? Like, no, I don't think the implication is that they were Nox anymore. Bestowed upon those born deep underground. And you thought, oh, are they Nox? But then you find out here that they were actually born in the jail. And in one of the jails in Bunny jail. I'm not going to say Bunny jail. That sounds so... I'm sorry. I have to call it Bonny jail. Because Bunny just sounds so wrong. So you find out that they were born in the jail, which is totally different now. So I don't know. Yeah, I just have a ton of new more characters or questions. Will says, are there any male shaman characters? I don't know. I also think that I slightly consider way connected to Damanula Village. Because when you think of flowers in the main game, you think of this place, right? And then these people are, of course, all women. And they also have practices of butchering people, and I'm wondering if these are, I don't know, maybe descendants or refugees in a way, or are they people who came from Bonny Village and relocated here to continue doing their practices in other ways? I don't know. I thought there might be a possible connection between Windmill Village and Shaman Village, just because of all the imagery with the flowers is very intense. And then of course Marika's rune also being there, it's in a way, right? Remnants of the shaman. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Maybe they're remnants of the shaman in that way. Because then if that rune is not necessarily, if Marika took that rune from the shaman's scar seal that's on the forehead of the shaman that you see in the jail, maybe then it's not really, it's not hers, is what I'm trying to say. It's like it harkens back to the shaman and not necessarily Marika, and that's why it's all over that village. So I don't know, it's just the same kind of imagery with all the flowers and stuff makes me think that they have to be related. Plus, Windmill Village being all women, the Newmen are all women, the Black Knives are all women. I think it's all connected. They might all be different subsets. I also wonder if Newman is a term that Marika used as sort of like a revisionist, hey, I'm going to call my people Newman because I don't want to, have this bloody history of the shaman related to me. I don't know. Yeah, so this figure right here, when you pick up, it says that she cut off a braid, but you see here it kind of looks like, let's see, is that a branch or is that a braid? No. Yeah, so it's definitely looks like a braid. So I was, which is a common theme with Marika and her kin. But it looks like there's one braid there, but you don't really see the other braid. Looks like it might be cut off. I don't know. Her hair, offering her braid to the mother. Is that a talisman? Where would that be under, by the way? You see how much better organized it is to watch a video where like everything is pointed out to you, and here you kind of just have to go through. This is what goes into it though. This is like the behind the scenes that goes into it. The grandmother, right? Yes. Yeah, the DLC is 100% Weird Woods. Yeah, you do see his touch in the DLC, don't you? But did George actually work on this? Did he work on the DLC at all, or did they just take it? Someone just tell me where the braid is. I'm sorry. Where is it? Where's the braid? Oh, I think I just saw it. No, that was a centipede. Where the heck is that braid? Where would that be under, though? Now I feel like I have to find it. Let's see. Talisman left column. Thank you so much, D-Rock. Talisman left column. Here we go. Oh, left column. There. Thank you, D-Rock. Appreciate you. Okay, so a braid of golden hair cut loose. Queen Marika's offering to the grandmother. Marika never returned home again. Yeah, I just the timeline of finding out when things happened. Oh, this is what I meant to do. I wanted to do this earlier. Shadowland. Actually, let's while we're in the lands. No, let's do this. There's one right here. The statues of Marika in the Land of Shadow are all beheaded. I don't think I found any of them that weren't beheaded. Let's see. I probably could have gone to a closer sight of grace. So, also, the statues where you get the revered spirit ash of a... I'm guessing he is a Hornsent deity of some sort, but they are also all beheaded. And to me, it just screams, you know, a war in which both people were defacing the religious iconography of the other competing faction. So this is what I want to look up. The stat. Oh, wait, I'm so... Yeah, no. Okay. Marika, you see she has 2 braids there, correct? Does it look like she has 2 braids? Okay, the head is missing, but it looks like there's 2 braids right there. Yes. So there's 2 braids here. I wanted to go look at the statues in the lands between to see, because I thought they only have a single braid. So she has 2 braids there. So this is another thing. Okay, she has 2 braids there, which means that at that point in time, the blessing to the grandmother wouldn't have occurred. Come on, who's still chasing me? Oh, it was the mole people. This was another thing that I just felt like I have questions about the mole man. Like they were eating their own people in one of the places I went to. So let's go to the lands between real quick and go to one of the statues. I gotta go to one where I know she's I feel like that was Radahn. I feel like Radagans in the Church of Inhibition. Let's go here. The ones that... Oh, okay, so the ones in the lands between only have 1. Thank you. Let's go see. That's what I thought. This one, okay. Here we go. It's either Radahn or Marika. Okay. So. Oh, interesting. So. Now I'm wondering, did her conquest of Land of Shadow come much earlier? Because in that statue we just looked at in Land of Shadow, her hair was significantly shorter. The braids looked to be about the same. Or wait a second. No. This looks like the hair was chopped off of this one for sure. So this came after she chopped off her braid, correct? That is what this is. That is why this braid is short. That braid is short because she chopped it off. So, Land of Shadow, she's depicted with pigtail braids. They're the same length. And she is doing this revered pose like this, which makes me think she ascended to godhood. So if we want to say, okay, all of this all used to be connected at one point, right? Marika ascended to godhood. while she was still here. Then she goes to the Lands Between, and she finds out about her history. And then she comes back, and that's when she gives her braid, because otherwise, right? The gifting of braids is also linked to Rellana, similar culture, all Newman. Lore, you're right. You're right. The whole gifting of the braid. That has to be connected. Who is the grandmother? That has to be connected. Rellana gave her younger sister a gift of her braid as a blessing. Like, hey, you want to follow your man into the land of Shadow, you go for it, girl. Marika giving her braid as a blessing to the grandmother had to happen afterward. Okay, interesting. Marika was a wartime queen longer than she was a god. Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah, Queen Marika. Okay, so she may have not even been a goddess at that point. She was queen. Interesting. People have assumed that this refers to the Empyrean Grandam over at Belarus. You think she gave her hair to the grandmother and this granny? I'm telling you, she's the key to everything. She's the only surviving NPC. And everyone is sleeping on her. I'm going to make a super clickbaity video called, "Is this character the key to the story of Elden Ring?" And I expect you all to come in there and say, "My God, she's figured it out." Look, though. Does this... I meant to do this. Does this hat look like the one of the statue in Raw? I wish he would look up. I mean, please just look up. Just look up. No, okay. Does this look like the statue of Raw, the woman that's there? I don't know. Kind of looks like the same little hat. Equip the braid? Dude. I would freak out. I would actually freak out. If the game did something like that, that'd be so cool. Let's see. Let's see. You ready? Ah, shucks. That sucks. That would have been super cool. I have to talk to her when she's not sleeping. Why is it? Also, you know what? It's weird in my game. She dropped the soup. Again. Do I have 2 of those soup? No, I only have 1. I thought I had another one. Have you guys ever tried actually eating this and seeing what happens? And then taking to her? I don't know. Does Oh Mother do anything? Okay. Yeah, let's see. That's stealing my heart. Where's Oh Mother? Where are you, Mother? Here you are. Alright. Let's see. Does Oh Mother do anything? No. That stinks. That would have been so cool if we figured it out on stream. No. Oh well. We tried. Yeah, it does look gross, doesn't it? The soup. It looks disgusting. I'm going to put my shard back on. My nasty OP perfume class. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Alex. Alex went and checked and said the hat doesn't look like a close match. Dang it. Oh well. Appreciate you checking that. I think the grandmother is the literal tree, considering the link between shamanism and sacred trees. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Maybe that was the grandmother in the actual tree where you found that thing. Yeah. I don't know. I'm now just the whole idea of her braid being gone after she ascends to godhood makes me wonder if Marika was lied to as an Empyrean. Empyreans are just chosen by the 2 fingers, right? It's no like set of conditions. Empyrean is it's a status that the fingers assign, right? So if Marika was assigned to be an Empyrean and the Hornsent were like, oh, well, here's our chance. We're going to take her. We're going to raise her as our own. And we're going to keep her in Belarus Tower where she's safe. And then Marika ascends to godhood and learns what happened. She has all this new knowledge. She learns what happened. And then she goes back to do her crusade, to offer. Maybe that's it. Maybe Marika just really didn't have any connection to Shaman Village apart from after she learned what happened to them. And that's why the images of her in this game, where is that? That's like, is it here? Yeah, Tree Worship Passage. And maybe that's what it is. Hi, Kate. Oh my gosh. Kate, my love. Kate, we're Grandam. Ah, please tell me I'm not. I've been having troubles with it. Yeah, Grandam like the car. Is it Grandam? Is it supposed to be Grandam? So let's look at this. Kate, look, I'm not sure if you realize this yet, but okay, this one did not have its pigtails. No, she does. She does. The pigtails are significantly smaller. The pigtails are significantly smaller here, aren't they? Or does her hair just never grow back? Because now that pigtail looks kind of like the same, except more short. I don't know. Oh, Gundam. Wait, it's not. Alex, stop. I just saw the sarcasm thing. Stop. I'm telling you, I'm super gullible. I will fall for it. Yeah, so Kate, we check this out. Marika's pigtails, her braids in the Land of Shadow are this length. They're the same length. Because we're trying to figure out, make sense of this. And then when you go to the game, and one of them is cut off. So let's see. I know there's a question up about Hornsent. I'm going to go read that in a second too. And like this is very, very, very clearly chopped off. So we are now thinking that Marika found out about what was done to the shaman, the village where she came from, after she got to the lands between and did all that. But then I don't know, because then what was, you know what? No. Yeah, she very well could have done that. Also, Kate, I don't know if did you see the thing about the snake? Where was, guys, where were we reading that Messmer, that Marika plucked the eye of the snake out of Messmer and then put her own rune of grace? Because we were talking about what she was reaching into, and we were laughing because someone said it looked like a snake, but I think it was legit a snake. I think that person was right. Whoever said it looked like she was reaching into the hand of a snake, I think they were correct. An apology. My headcanon is that the Hornsent succeeded in creating their saint by melting Radahn and Marika. The statues in Near Ilium imply as much. She then betrayed them for what they did to the shaman. Huh. See, oh, you know what? I know the statues you're talking about. Let's go there real quick. Let's go there. Is this the one that, no, I think it's, here, I know one of the sites that's great. It's pretty, yeah, I know the statue you're talking about. It's, let's see, it's up here. Another Harvey Birdman on patrol. There's another Harvey Birdman at law up here. I think he respawns. Where is he? Yeah, there he is. Oh, he's angry. Yeah, okay. What are you doing? Just come down here. Come on, Zacchaeus. Oh, I missed. I missed. Yeah, I said, okay, look at this, look at this toxic, look at this toxic perfume build. It's a YouTuber. Oh, shoot, I'm so bad with names. I forgot someone posted in chat earlier, but yeah. Okay, so this is the statue you're talking about, correct, DZ? That this implies that Radahn and Marika were combined. I like that theory. I do, because I saw this statue and I thought it was very interesting. And I didn't really... It's clearly... It's reverent. right? I think I like that idea so much. Yes. The spiral encircling them. Radahn is married. I mean, it would be, yeah. That's really interesting. That's a really, really good theory. I like that a lot. Because I saw this and I thought, well, what is the significance? Why is this in, you know, it's all over the place here. It's super, it's got to be meaningful in some way. But you're right, it does look like it could be two figures, male and female, being forced to intertwine. So you see some Crucible stuff. Oh, did you see this little thing, by the way? I thought that was interesting. It's sort of like a ship, right? A Norse ship, where it has some sort of undertone of the dead being carried away. But I just thought that figure is huge. Like whatever is on that platter right there is big. What is that? Okay, it says I don't think it's a snake, but I could be wrong. The perfume bottle is legit. Yeah, it's so gross and OP though. We should keep in mind one of the biggest pieces of lore is that the flesh of the shamans melts well with the flesh of others. Yeah. That is exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Radahn was a child of the Crucible, Marika a child of the shaman, raised together and fused. I have no idea, but interesting. Yeah. You're right, because Radahn. Now we got to break out the solid note, because Radahn has the Crucible aspects and elements. He also has aspects of. Oh, there's another braid too, the Fire Giant's red braid, because if braids are a significant thing in the culture of being shared. So the Fire Giant's braid, where's that whip? Where are you, whip? Where's my whips? Yeah, that tooth whip was heinous. That was a horrible. Or is the Fire Giant's red braid, is that a talisman? I thought it was a weapon. I think it is a weapon. I think I probably just scrolled past it. Where is it? Yeah, this tooth whip was just disgusting. I mean, just the cruelty here, right? This whip that was meant to dose the victim with poison on each strike, and the wounds grow and they inflame, and you know, sort of just really, really nasty. But of course, Marika would be heartbroken and upset and just, you know, beside herself knowing this happened to her people. But I think also, Kate, I'm not sure if you know this. Well, you probably do. You're so smart. But we've been figuring this out on stream, that this Empyrean Grandam, we now think that and that is why she takes her betrayal so personally, and she also curses Marika. I curse you, Marika. I curse everything about you. Is because she felt so betrayed after having raised Marika here in Bellerot Tower. But, or was it, what, did she raise her in Bellerot? You know, another interesting thing too is that you find this woman, she's literally in, what is this place? This is the storeroom, right? Or it's a storage closet. You look, it's just, this is the junk drawer of the tower settlement. She's just stuffed away in here. Maybe it's for her own hiding or for her own safety. But yeah, she's literally stuffed in the junk drawer. Okay, says I don't believe that. See, I'm kind of digging this theory, though. I'm digging this theory that she was the Empyrean caretaker of Marika, who might have been raised here in, you know, this, I guess, kind of privileged. I equated this to Moses being raised by Pharaoh earlier. And then that would put Marika directly in the vicinity of access to this divine gate front staircase where you see her and you see all of the red, and we can maybe think like, oh, is this the aftermath of her? Was this the aftermath of the crusade on the Hornsent that she got after the time to properly digest the lore? But I'm I'm kind of liking this theory now. I heard people worship trees they called the grandmothers. Yeah, that's what... so in... My game is lagging a little bit. In Bellerat Tower, I don't... which... There... You know the place where you fight the Fire Knight? Miquella, I think it... Or Keeling. He has the really bad bowl haircut. Poor guy, it's not his fault. Yeah, you see a bunch. You see the same sort of willow tree. Is that the quickest way? I don't know. I don't think that. No, it's over here. It's over here. I know where it is. You fight this guy there, but there are a bunch of these little willow trees that are growing on little stakes. George R. R. Martin is big about worshiping trees. So, trees are a very sacred symbol in religion, as is. A lot of religions have their own sacred tree, right? Let's see. You have Norse mythology has it. Where is it? Is it down here? Oh yeah, okay, here it is. I know where it is. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna run. Just in case. I really don't need to fight these guys. This is a lore discussion stream anyway. Yeah, okay, so here you go. This is the tree I was thinking. This tree looks to be the same as the one in the Oh Mother. But it definitely looks like the Oh Mother tree. And all around here you see these little guys. And they don't really look like trees, do they? They look like they are... It's giving vineyard vibes. But they don't look like trees. They look like branches. So I'm not really sure what I'm looking at here, but they don't look like trees. Horns. Do you think they're horns? Yes, maybe they are horns. That's why they're not look like trees. I think you're right. Or are they branches? I don't know, because it kind of looks like the same up here. These kind of look like the same. I thought they were little willows, but yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe they're horns. So what? How is this happening? How are they growing horns? Oh, Alex says they're graves. Are they graves? I love how everyone has like a different interpretation. This would be a little holy place, right? Yeah, maybe they are graves. What is that? What do you... Oh my gosh, you guys. I've never seen that before. Does he talk to you? Because that's like a very... Have you ever seen them actually building a thing, a rock thing? Oh, wait a second. That looks like the same exact rock trap that is over the spirit springs that you have to roll over to unlock. Doesn't that look like that? Interesting. She's the oldest and frequently largest tree. Oh, grandmother's a term for trees. Kate, we need to do a stream together, Missy. We need to do a stream together, Miss, because I would love to get your insight on this. Okay, so it looks like grave markers is probably the consensus here. Yeah, but that's interesting. I haven't seen that animation right there, but that is exactly what the rock traps look like that you have to roll over. So yeah, maybe they are graves. I don't know. I really don't... Oh, look at it. See, I wondered why some of the Hornsent are cowering. Or no, he's just looking for stuff. You know when you go to the jails, some of them are like weeping horribly. Let's see. The translation is super big tree that doesn't make grandmother. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I didn't mean to think. Hey, Canon, I'm playing with here is Marika was discovered to be an Empyrean. Her vicinity right here to the Finger Ruins. Maybe they chose her. Hornsent are like, here's our chance. Let's raise her as our own. And then she is sent to the lands between then she finds out, and that's why her hair here is missing a braid, because the discovery would have happened while she was here, and then she goes back. I don't know. It's interesting. There's a lot here to think about for sure. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. I did, the stone coffin fissure was an interesting place. It's interesting that Miquella abandoned Trina here. I'm trying to think if there was... I still don't really even know what these stone coffins are. They look like ships, but, I mean, they're made out of stone. And they're called coffins, and the coffins in Elden Ring kind of look the same. So I'm just really wondering if there's some sort of ceremonial passage of the dead. And because things are all messed up, they're like out of alignment here. Yeah, I don't know. There's some places where I just feel, I don't know. Yeah, the coffins also perplex me. I just don't. I mean, they're all over. They're all over here as well. And this is where all the death bird, this is where you fight that one death bird. So you also, I just saw, what is this tree? I think that's actually where you fight the death bird, is at that one tree. But yeah, so you can see the stone coffins. You can see one right there in the rain. I don't know exactly why Trina was abandoned here in the depths of that place. Yeah. But yeah. That's pretty much my thoughts. I don't know. I wanted to also show you guys something real quick. Let me see if I can do this. Let me pull this up. I'm gonna switch here. Look at this thing. So this is funny because I actually kind of thought the whole Radahn and Moog thing, I thought of the Hey Susan meme. I wanted to put Moog in this picture, or I want to put Radahn in this picture with Moog's body, and then Moog's body with Moog's head in this picture. It's like, yeah, why did Miquella take Moog's body and then just make him look like Radahn? Poor Moog. Moog is constantly getting crapped on. Yeah, the memes have been so funny though. There was another funny one here. Oh yeah, you just took a drink of your flask. This is exactly what was going on there. Oh, that's such a cute Messmer drawing. I didn't realize this, but I didn't realize he has like an aviator chin strap on his helmet for Messmer. I never noticed it until I meant to go back in the early trailers and see, because I thought they put an aviator chin strap on that helmet. That's pretty funny. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you guys, by the way. Let me just move this right here so I can see a little bit. This is just so stupid of me. Please forgive me, but when they had this big reveal of Peter, is my stream? Oh, my whole computer's frozen. Can you hear me? Are we back? Okay. How long was that out? Was it like a second for you? Because my whole screen was frozen. Okay, let me go back here real quick.